Hello, it's Christine from the channel Christine and Celeste, and I'd like to do a catch-up video today about a spread I created 5 months ago called the 3 Parts of Self spread. So I buy a few books, ebooks, that I put on my Kindle on my computer, and sometimes I don't read them straight away. They're just like reference books or books I will read later, but while I think about it, I like to buy them. And that day, I don't know why I felt like reading. I was just reading everything that day, and I started reading a book called Akasha Unleashed by Deborah Lupien. And while I was reading it, I could feel in my head this spread coming about, because she was talking about the 3 parts of self that we need to balance and have harmonized if we want to be, how can I put it, if we want to be aligned on our path. And I loved the concept, and I thought, oh, I'm sure, tarot straight away, ding, in my head, I'm sure I can make a spread out of this. So I did, and I made the spread, and it was extremely a strong experience for me. I thought about it every day, and I knew I wanted to get back to it one day. Then, so I made the hashtag, a few people did it, and how did it happen? I'm just trying to do the sequence to tell you about everything. Yes, I found Deborah Lupien at that time. That's it. Sorry about this. At the time I found Deborah Lupien Facebook page. So I like to do that too, because I use Facebook and YouTube mostly, and that's it, because I try not to, spend my life on social media, but I like both. So I received an email, and it said there was a special offer for a reading from her, 20-minute reading. And I thought, okay, I'll do that. I'm interested to do that. But would you believe that 5 months later, I did not remember that I created the spread from her book. I thought, oh, it's somebody I'm interested in, and I would love to know more about, the Akasha, the Akashic records, because that's what she does. She reads in Akashic records about a specific issue. So I did this, I made the appointment. But you know me, tarot, I thought, what, it's 20 minutes, so it's very fast. And I thought, what is going to come out of this appointment? So I made the spread, and this is what you're seeing right now. It's this spread. It's the spread about these 20 minutes and what she would tell me and what would happen to me in my core being, in my alignment with my life. So sometimes I talk, about like Akashic records and whatever. You don't have to believe the same. You don't have to go on that path, but just you can take the essence of the reading and adapt it to your beliefs. So anyway, I asked my cards, tell me what is going to come out of this meeting for 20 minutes. And look at my cards, right? So I mixed up all the all different tarot or oracles I really like. So first, let me present them to you. So we have here The Deviate Moon by Patrick Valenza. Then we have oracles here because I like to mix oracles now. It's taking me a while, but I use oracles like tarot a bit more, and I find that fascinating. So I have here the L'Oracle des Reflets by Celia Melville. I could use that. I have here the Earthbound Oracle by Andrew Liam Schwartz. Here, the card Divinator d'Algariel, and you know this is my top deck. And we have here the Healing Light Tarot by Christopher Butler. And I found that they actually all work pretty good together. So this is at the start of the reading. This is where I am, and this is me and my issue. And when you look at it, it's not brilliant, isn't it? But it's towards a specific subject. This is not the way I am in life. It's towards a specific subject. It's about self-sabotaging. And what a better card to get than this one as the subject. So the Ten of Swords. And you can look that the swords go through the hand. It's a bit like a crucifixion too, isn't it? There's this Christ. Don't you feel this too? There's this Christ element in that card. This crucifixion. This sacrifice for others. Because that's what comes out, for the sins, other sins. But then, I don't see personally Christ as that. But yes, it's got a lot of Christ sacrifice in this card. So obviously my name is Christine. It's my real name. So I have Christ in my name, which is quite a heavy name to carry. And wait, my mother wanted to call me Mary Christine, and my father said no, not Mary and Christ, and he was right, because having both would have been a little bit more heavy, so Christ was enough. But anyway, to go back to the card, I wanted to know if I had a tendency to self-sabotage without knowing it, because I'm a positive person. I always first believe in the positive, and then behind there's that voice I feel that is going yes but no but all the time. So I've quieted down a lot, but I've done years of yoga, meditation, not years of therapy. I've just done a few months of therapy, art therapy. I've done therapy, ancestors healing too. So, I'm trying all different ways, because it's not because you pull a couple of cards that you will be healed. However, it's because you pull a couple of cards that you will be aware of the issue, and then you need to fix it. I don't believe cards can fix it for you, but they can show you the way. And that's what's important, because when you're confused, when you're in a state like this, it's difficult to think, right? Because you can see that the thoughts are making you prisoner and hurting you, physically hurting you. And if I carry on like this, consciously or unconsciously, I will become ill. Right? This is what this card is telling me. So that's the beginning. That's me coming to the meeting with Deborah. Then we have here the mandala from the Reflection Oracle. And as soon as I saw it personally, I saw the Akashic Records. Now, what are the Akashic Records? I can only tell you what other people say because I'm not, I haven't accessed them yet. But basically, it's a portal like this where you go through, and it's like a giant universe library where all the information is about the world. Is it real or not? I'm not too sure. I haven't experienced it myself, but it would make sense that there's a memory. We have libraries, physical libraries here. We have a huge library. I mean, with Google, you can find anything now. So We have a huge online library. So as soon as I saw the mandala, I said, okay, this is the accessing the Akashic records, and especially with the death card from the Earthbound Oracle there, and the eternity sign. This is my Akashic. These two are the Akashic records to me. That's the. If I had to describe it, I would have used these two cards. Then I have these two. So that's the Opera card, number 22, and that's the Key card, number 15. Oh, I forgot about the rune. Never mind. So the Opera were always. This is just when you have this in a theater, isn't it the special? It's a special, I don't know how to say in English, seat, or yeah, I don't have the term. I'm sure I do have it, but right now I forgot it. It's like the Queen's one in the UK. There's always the Queen's area in any theater. I don't know. Is it a lodge? I'm not sure now. So this is a special one, but you see that the curtain's been pulled. So it is about my show. This is my show, guys, right? This is my show, and we're pulling the curtains, and that's what this does. It's pulling the curtain, right? And there's the key. So the reading gives me the key on how to unlock this, because this feels like to, these magicians that they put a woman in a box and then they put the swords through it. And sometimes I'm thinking, but is it the universe putting the sword through, or is it me? Right? I wanted answers like this. So I get the key given to me. What's the result? Because I wanted to know the result of this 20-minute session with Deborah. And I looked at it. First of all, I didn't see the cobweb, right? It's from the Healing Light Tarot. I didn't see the cobweb at first. It must have been dark. I could only see this. And I thought, oh, look at that. She's open, and I do yoga, right? And that's when this posture is when you open all your chakras to the universe, right? They're all open, and you're giving and receiving at the same time. And I love this posture. I find that exquisite, this posture. So of course it's the Eight of Swords. So as it's Rider-Waite based, the swords are always more negative, which is something I don't like in a Rider-Waite much. But when you look at this card, right, you have here the swords, you have the cobweb, you have the arm here going to reach for the swords, and is going to slash the cobweb. We're not there yet. But what happened is that you went from this, well, I went from this where I could not move and I was hurting myself, to it's opened me up. And now the swords are not in me, but they're there as tools to help me slash all these negative thoughts that imprison me, the cobweb, basically. Isn't that fascinating? So that was my reading before. Then I had the session. And she told me what my gift was. And she told me, she confirmed a couple of things that I want to really get into. And she said, yes, that's perfect for you. So I'm on the right path, guys. And, obviously it's her opinion once again. But I know deep inside that I wanted to do it anyway. It's not her who told me you should do this and that. I said, I'd like to do this. Is it the right path for me, right? Because putting a lot of energy in something that won't work, in a way, it's a bit, I don't know, boring. She gave me my spiritual name too. So I'll share it with you here. My spiritual name is Spiritual Warrior for Truth. And that's very interesting because That's what I'm looking for in life. It's truth, my truth, the universe truth. And if I can help with my tarot, truth for everyone. So she took me back to a past life too. So that's the same, with past lives. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. I'm not doubting anything she said. It's her truth. Does it resonate with me? I'm still, processing it. So I must admit that after that, she sent me the recording of it, which is brilliant, and then an added meditation to help me through my challenge. I mean, you know, it was worth the money and the 20 minutes, honestly. But I'm ashamed to say, and Deborah, if you ever watch this, I apologize, because she told me about her book, and I said, "Oh, I'm not aware of your book," but of course I am. It's just that somehow, how we do with our tarot practice. If you have many decks, sometimes you just do hashtags and challenges, and you go from one thing to another, and one day after another, and very little stays. However, this original spread that I created, because it's the only spread I ever created in my life, stayed with me, and I knew I would pick it up at some point. I just forgot about the name of the writer, so I really apologize. And I say it again, it's Deborah Lupien, and the book is called Akasha Unleashed. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm reading it now, so I'm aware of it. So I was reading a book, and then something came up too. And I didn't plan on doing this here, but let me do it now. And I'll do a follow-up on it, because I'm right in it for the moment. Reading her book, she worked... no, it's not her, sorry. What am I saying? It's not her. Someone else's, because I like to have a source from a lot of different people. And I'm not... going to name her because I can't remember her name right now, but I'll do a video on it. But just to say, there's a follow-up to that, which I will come to in a minute, because there's another coincidence that happened that day. As you know, I've done the original spread 5 months ago. On the same day, I had the appointment with Deborah, which is 5 months later. Brian Cormac Carr on his channel picked up this spread that I created and posted it on the same day, 5 months later. You'd think, okay, it's a coincidence, but I mean 5 months, and on the same day I had an appointment with her. So I know it seems that the link to this book, this Akasha Unleashed, and the spread brings synchronicities, right, in my life. So I want to carry on with it, and especially if it gives me the tools, it's just perfect. So I was watching another YouTuber who was saying that she too accesses Akashic records, and she works with Metatron. Now I have a deck. I don't know. I don't have the boxes. Do I have the... Yes, I do. So let me move this. And I want to work with these two now. These are two oracles by Stuart Pearce that I really enjoy. I'm not going to talk about it more now because I'll make another follow-up video. But this is where I'm at now, because it's work with archangels, with both of them. And I am right now looking at all the Metatron cards from both oracles. I love these cards, and they're a lot deeper than they look. And also what I like with Stuart Pearce is that he gives us sounds to work with, and I will tell you more about sounds when I make this video. So right now I'm working with these cards, trying to find another way now to link to these Akashic records. Now when I saw this, I gasped, because I from a very young age to Egyptology was something that I really liked. I don't like, you see, I'm torn with it because I don't watch when a new tomb of a pharaoh is being discovered because I don't like, I think it's sacred. I don't like people going to see in it. And, I wouldn't like anyone to go to my ancestors' grave and dig them out. So I wouldn't do it to others personally, even if it's for research and history. But then on the other side, I enjoy getting the information, but I don't watch, any grave discovery on TV or anything. I just can't. It just makes me very uneasy. But yeah, I'm very sensitive, so. But at the same time, I enjoy having the information. But I always believed, from what I've read and my own belief, that in the Sphinx, here, in the Sphinx, there is the library of the word, or there is the key to the library of the word. So when I saw this card, obviously I thought this is a card I want to work with. More than the book or, or the others. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to link with these cards a bit more. And why not? I think the Healing Light Tarot could go with it. So now I'm going to play because it's playtime. It's playtime when you start linking decks together. This is a perfect, I feel, deck to go with it. And also, I have a French oracle that I want to use with it too, to find a stone that will help me in the process, help me focus in this process. So that's where I'm at now. You see how a book and then a spread and then synchronicities and then an appointment, and now I'm here. If something touched you in the past months with your tarot, come back to it. Look in your journal if you journaled about it, and make it evolve with you because it's about your life. If you, obviously, it has to be something enlightening or life-changing, or go back to it. If there was a powerful spread but you were not sure at the time, go back to it and maybe add more cards, or look at it now, because maybe in a few months your awareness has shifted a little bit and you will notice something you hadn't noticed at the time. So that's it for this update. I will make other videos, obviously, and don't forget that next Sunday on the 29th, I will be on live in Tarothon. I will be on live at 1 p.m. UK, which is 2 p.m. French time. And I have a very special guest, so I do hope you will join us. It's not just me, that there are a lot of YouTube channelers broadcasting for 24 hours. So I hope to see you there, and well, have a beautiful Sunday. Bye bye.